For this step, you need to decide on the layout for your wall hanging. To start, make sure that you have your wall hanging sitting so that the top, which is where you made your casing, is farthest away from you at the top of the table. Then you have to decide on the number and style of pockets that you would like to use. I have created a lot of templates for pockets, and you can mix and match them to decide how you want your project to look. Notice that there are some brief descriptions as to what style of pocket they are, but really these are just large rectangles, squares. In some cases I have made a more interesting shape like a triangle pocket. I even made a circle pocket which could be sewn part way, and then the top half left open so that it could even be a pocket that folds up and closes with a button. Lots of different ideas here. So the pockets that I've provided are ideas only. Most people will probably choose some combination of them. The goal is to choose at least 3 different pocket styles for your wall organizer. So a minimum of 3. You can use more if you have space and if you wish to use more. You also need to plan for 1 piece of elastic, which will be another style of holder or storage that will get sewn onto your wall organizer. So you need to plan placement for that. And then the last thing you'll need to plan for is your initial tag, which we made as our little mini project. That was the one with your first and last initial. That has to go somewhere on the organizer as well. So once that you've gotten that back, you will use that and you will play around with different pocket styles, deciding what you want. One more thing I want to point out is something like this, for example, a tall pocket. That's great for long things like paintbrushes and things like that. It could also be flipped and used sideways to become a wide pocket. If it's extremely wide, I would suggest that when you sew it onto your wall organizer, perhaps you sew a line up the middle to split it into 2 smaller pockets, because something that is this wide and this shallow, when it's hanging upwards and has things in it, it has a tendency to want to pull open. So I would avoid using this in this direction unless you plan to split it into 2 or even 3 pockets, little mini pockets. Once you've decided on your pockets and you've decided your colors, then come to your teacher to talk about fabric choices. We will be using felt fabric. That's the same fabric that was used in Div 2 for projects for you to trace and cut your pockets. So decide what colors and only take what you need. You will not be given more and more colors if you change your mind many times over. So choose what you need and go ahead and start tracing and cutting your pockets.